Have you guys ever had that feeling like you guys are watching something and then you're about to go to sleep, but like let me watch one more video, and then like the whole night just keep going?
What kind of question is that? Everyone has that.
Yeah.
I get a notification on Netflix saying like, "Are you still there?"
Like,
Oh
Yeah.
Hey, this is Scott Todnam, and you're listening to the Life is the Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. It's episode 8 of season 5 of our podcast. Here's this week's hosts, Julius and Saif.
Hello, everybody. This is season 5 of Life is the Future, joined by your two hosts, Julius,
Me, Saif.
with our two guests, Etinosa, say hi,
Hi.
and Arohan.
Hi.
Today, we're going to be talking about sleep difficulties, and before we really dive into all the questions and everything, I just want to do like a short little fun fact question, and I want to ask all you guys, how much sleep do you guys think an average teenager gets? We'll start with you, Arohan, and we'll go.
Like 6 hours of sleep.
6 hours of sleep, an average
6?
teenager?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah, low expectations. I mean, it's kind of true, but still.
I mean, teenagers these days are getting like low amounts of sleep because of their phones and the blue light they're consuming.
All right, Saif, how much sleep do you think?
I'm gonna guess like, I'm just gonna guess mine. I'm gonna say like 8, 9.
8, 9. I think the average teenager gets about, well, teenagers like our age, like 13 to 15, they get about 7 to 8.
Wow.
Me, I agree with the Rohan. I would say they get around 7 hours, like maybe
7.
less, because they're like distracted with their phones and stuff.
Would you guys like to see?
See what?
The answer? Come on.
Let's see the answer.
All right, it's fine.
8
So
hours.
it says that the average teenager, well, the average kid from 6 to 12 gets about 9 to 12 hours on average. And for 13 to 18-year-olds, they get only 8 to 10 hours.
Wait,
What?
6 to 12 is 9 to 12?
Yes.
That's like
6 to
very-
12.
Well, I was sleeping the whole day when I was 6.
So same.
Yeah, and then one more quick one, okay?
Uh-huh.
But before we dive into the questions, just one more quick one. How many hours of sleep do you guys think an adult gets? About, like, ages, like, 18 and older?
I'm gonna hope it's more, because I think they're responsible, right? Like, I'm gonna say like 10. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10.
Me, I would say like 6, because they have a lot more stuff to do, like work, school, and stuff like that. I say like 7 to 8 hours sleep, because they have more responsibility and they're more free.
I think it's about, like, kind of what you said, like 6 to 7 maybe. And according to our trusty friend Google, it says that the adult gets about 7 hours of sleep per night.
Dang.
Your average adult gets about 7 hours.
Who do you think made the average go down?
Who made the average?
Everybody. Wait,
Only one person that gets
what's
no
a healthy
sleep.
amount of sleep for an adult?
I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Yeah.
But for
It's
an
like-
adult, not for a kid. For a kid, it's like 9, 10.
Yeah. Because kids need more, well,
Energy?
from what I'm guessing, they need more time for, like, development, sort of.
You can say that.
I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably sort of why.
What do you think causes like sleep problems? Because like obviously, I feel like when I didn't have like sleep problems when I was a kid. I definitely have them now, but I had them a lot more like a year ago. But I didn't have any like regulations to my phones. I was just on it all day. I mean, now if I had the choice not to put regulations, I would, but they're kind of set by my parents. And I'm thankful for that, because if I didn't have that, I would definitely
Wait
never sleep.
all day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me, I don't have problems sleeping at all.
You
like,
don't?
no. Because, like, 5 minutes after I get in bed, I'm already asleep.
You think you're tired? Like you're just always
No,
tired?
I'm not tired, like, really. It's just that my bed's just so comfortable.
That's cool. What about you, Arohan?
What is your sleep schedule like? Is it bad?
Really bad.
It's really
Really
bad.
Oh, are you trying to work on it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Right now, I'm getting, like, 7 to 6 hours per sleep. I'm trying to get to 8.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I was younger, I used to get a lot of sleep, like 9 or 10 hours. I think.
Yeah.
But then it's until I got into like 6th grade or something like that. When I turned like 12, I just started to stay up really late because I just didn't really have anything better to do, and I thought that I just didn't like going to sleep and just starting a new morning, like
restarting everything, all that progress lost.
It's like restarting your whole entire day and just starting back from square one.
Yeah,
and like getting to like talk to everybody all over again. Sort of, it's a little annoying. That's why I just slowly stopped getting more and more sleep. I started getting less sleep.
I used to be really bad with my sleep because my mind was always racing, especially with like, I don't know. I'm always thinking about anything, even if it's like some random like Transformers or something. When I was a kid, I was thinking about making new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'd combine them, Donatello, Michelangelo combined. I would do all that, but I would never be able to sleep because I hated the fact of just not being able to think, because I had so much fun doing it. I could sit in my room and think for like an hour and have so much fun.
Yeah, I actually kind of the same exact thing. Like about like a year or two ago, pretty recent, I used to have the same exact thing. My entire brain would just be racing with all sorts of thoughts or whatever, and it was at a certain point where I used to like imagine that it's kind of funny, but I used to imagine that I was like a really rich guy or whatever, and like really really famous or whatever.
I do the same thing.
yeah, and I imagine like I had like trillions of dollars or whatever, and like all the money in the world, all the money in the world. I was smart. I was rich, funny, popular. Like everybody knew me or whatever. And I had this huge mansion on an island. And every single time I went to sleep, I always thought about that whole entire imaginary world. And I just did everything but trying to go to sleep.
Have you guys? Let me ask you a question. Have you guys ever had that feeling like you guys are watching something and then you're about to go to sleep, but like, let me watch one more video, and then like the whole night just keep going?
What kind of question is that? Everyone has that.
Yeah.
I get the notification on Netflix saying like, are you still there?
Let me just watch it.
Yeah, it happens.
Or I'll be sitting on my bed because I have a TV in front of my bed. I'll be sitting on my bed just watching The Last Dance by Michael Jordan. I just watching that. I watched that thing like 5 times. It's insane.
Over and over.
It's a good documentary.
It's a documentary.
It is good. Yeah,
It's
really good.
One time I watched it twice and sitting on the couch.
What?
And it's like a really long time. I pulled an all-nighter doing that. And technically, you're only supposed to. The average like human only has like 3 all-nighters in their whole life, and I've definitely passed that. Like I've got like I'm at like 6 right now, and I gotta stop because all of mine were when I was like 9, 10, watching YouTube all night.
Do you guys think that that's a trend with teenagers, just being rebellious to just sleep?
Yeah, it's in some teenagers, but not all of them.
Some teenagers. What do you mean by that?
Because like it depends.
How you were raised?
Yeah, somewhat.
How you're raised. So you're saying like if your parents were like, you don't really have a bedtime, or you can stay on your phone while you're trying to go to sleep, or you can have a TV in your room or something like that. Do you think that affects what time they go to sleep?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you're saying strict parents, like no TV, no phone until you're in high school, something like that.
Wow.
Those kids are usually the ones that
rebel.
I would do it more because the fact that I don't have it would make me want to do it more.
Yeah.
If there's a good balance, I wouldn't want to do anything.
Like you had enough for now, so like just go to sleep.
Yeah, like it's kind of weird. Like I feel like the more strict any parents are, the more the kid will rebel.
Yeah.
But like if it's a good middle, I feel like the kid would just like kind of like doesn't care.
Yeah.
So you guys are saying, okay, yeah. So I get what you guys are saying. So from what I'm getting at is a lot of sleep difficulties in today's time has to do with a lot of electronics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Also, it's kind of like a reward, I guess. Like just
you've been working hard.
Yeah.
Let me just reward myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, what is it? If it was punished, like if we didn't like it, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like obviously we enjoy it. That's why everyone keeps on doing it.
Yeah, we do what we enjoy.
Like it's also like addicting things too. Like you keep on enjoying it, you keep on doing it. I guess it can get kind of addicting because sometimes you can't stop. You just keep on staying up.
Yeah.
Until you eventually fall asleep.
Yeah. Or you just drink a bunch of coffee.
Yeah. Nah, I don't like the taste of coffee.
Coffee sucks. Yeah. I don't know how parents like that.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of coffee.
What do they put? I had iced coffee once. It was horrible. Like
my brother, he likes coffee, and he's way younger than me.
Do you think it's healthy for like kids to have coffee?
Yeah, my mom, she doesn't let him drink it anymore because she says it's not healthy.
Because I know a lot of teenagers, like I'm not gonna say any names, but you know,
a lot of teenagers are
drinking a bunch of coffee.
Starbucks to school.
Yeah, there's just
a lot of kids come
coffee.
into a lot of kids our school come into first period health class with coffees
cups.
from Starbucks and
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of kids in my health class do that.
Like
And
it's
I
definitely-
always wonder like why would you bring coffee into your class? I mean, I get it's like early in the morning or whatever,
You're
but
tired.
for a kid your age, because from what I know, at least from what everybody's parents had to tell them at some point, caffeine isn't really good for you, and caffeine's in coffee.
Unless you're in like in all AP classes,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
Well,
that-
we're in middle
definitely
school.
or arts
Yeah,
classes.
we're in middle school. We
We're
shouldn't be
in high
doing
school
that.
yet.
Yeah.
That's an exception, but for in middle school drinking coffee, it's not.
Not healthy yet.
Yeah, I always like question.
'Cause it's like a cycle.
Why
Because like
would you
the
do
reason
that?
you take coffee is because you're tired,
Mhm.
and then at the end of the day, you're tired because you stood up because from the coffee.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep on going.
You're overworking your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it definitely stunts your growth too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It
because
does.
I've had a teacher when I was in second grade, and she was known just for her coffee, and she was the same height as us as like second graders.
Really?
What?
And she was telling us like, you know, coffee is like, really bad for you, and she was been drinking it since she was right out of 5th grade.
Whoa,
Or out of fifth grade.
That's
Yeah.
very young.
Yeah,
Fifth grade?
what?
Like
Yeah,
10
and
years old?
that's when she like got into it, and she wasn't able to get out of it.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things that happen like that. It's kind of scary.
Wait, so can coffee be addicting?
Yes. Yeah, coffee's definitely addicting.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of things.
I know some adults that like get headaches when they don't have their coffee. So like it's kind of like it punishes you if you don't have it.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I never want to drink coffee.
Are we-
Well, we're gonna have to at one point.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Are we? Oh.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Why do you think that like back in like the maybe 1930s there wasn't like a problem with sleep as there is now? Do you think it's just electronics? Or is there any other factors?
No, like maybe it's stress or.
Well, yeah, actually, I think it's a lot of things. Well, one being definitely electronics and technology in general. Two, what you just now said,
Yeah,
stress, and there's, in my opinion, well, I don't know any. I honestly don't know anything from the 1900s because I wasn't around at that time.
You weren't?
but- no, I wasn't.
I was.
But from what my parents have said, I guess it's. I mean, stress was still around back then. And it always has, but it wasn't that bad back then. From what I was told, at least.
Yeah, that's probably why like parents don't understand why we stay up late.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe because they can't really relate to them staying up all night on their phones because they didn't have that. Oh well, they had DSs. No, we had DSs.
Yeah.
I had my DS under my pillow all night as like a 5-year-old.
no, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that does stuff to your brain because the radiation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably why I never slept.
That's probably why you got glasses. But
People
yeah.
tend to get overworked as well. That's why people just want to stay up late because they want to get their work done.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
That's,
procrastination.
that's like
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
mostly like adults, I guess.
No, like
not
high
procrastination.
schoolers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school, college kids,
And some middle schoolers.
they know they overwork themselves a lot.
Yeah.
Bro,
Especially in your honors
Yeah,
classes.
people with like I've heard like, stories. People with art majors like they don't sleep.
Art majors.
Wait.
Yeah, because they're
Really?
all like because like art major it takes a long time to do a project, right?
Yeah.
That's why they keep on assigning it like it's actually like homework, but it's not.
Wait.
But they've been staying up all night just drawing and everything. Maybe like it's like for other majors too, but I only know about art majors.
I feel like the teachers give them like lots of time to finish it because it's like a long process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just heard that they're up all like architecture students too. They're always up. Like I know someone that doing architecture major, and she's just always up, like always up.
Remind me not to do architecture.
Do you think like sleep I said sleep. Do you think sleep like diseases or like sicknesses are like more occurring now?
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
How do you think that other teenagers can like start sleeping earlier, or like parents that can like help their teenagers start sleeping earlier?
Self-control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not watching your phones that much. Like doing like make your mind worked.
Mm-hmm. like if obviously the kid is gonna want to have it, because if I didn't want to go to if I wanted to stay up late, I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep. Like the child or like the teenager has to want to be able to like do better in school. He has to have that motivation, or they have to have the motivation. Because if you don't have the motivation, there's no need for them to like, go to sleep early.
But they need a discipline as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much dopamine. Dopamine.
Oh, dopamine. Okay. I thought you said something else for a second. Oh yeah. So do you think like they're getting like their mind is too engaged before they go to sleep?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they're like mindlessly scrolling on TikToks, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts.
I never realized that if you're like, I always thought like if you like get like adrenaline in you get tired and everything, you go to sleep faster. But like, that's not how it is. Like if you're like playing right before you go to sleep, you're not gonna be able to go to sleep. You have to like have that mindset.
I like to shower before I go to sleep because it like relaxes me.
Oh, that wakes me up. That's why I take it in the morning. Yeah.
I heard from somewhere on I don't know. Apparently, it was like a scientist that said like taking warmer showers like soothes your body and it relaxes your mind, so it makes you fall asleep a little bit faster.
Yeah.
That, and I also heard normally it's good to make space between you before when you eat dinner to when you go to sleep, because one, you need to give your body some time to digest the food, but then it sounds weird, but it also relaxes your body, like having time or like stuff to do in between from eating dinner to falling asleep. And one more thing, I heard that being on technology, it's not good to be on technology like at least like an hour or an hour and a half before you go to sleep, because you need to give your body like at least like an hour of like of downtime just to slow down your brain and to actually get it to fall asleep.
My mom taught me that like melatonin helps you fall asleep. That's the chemical that makes you fall asleep. I've taken melatonin, right? Yeah, it's a pill. But what is it? The sun can induce melatonin later at night. So if you're out in the sun, then later at night you'll be able to sleep better.
Really?
Because it makes the melatonin and it stores it. And even if it's not true, it helps me fall asleep. Because like it's kind of like a placebo, if you know what I mean. Like your mind thinks it's true, it's kind of like, it happens. That happens in some scenarios. But like I feel like if the teenagers aren't like, always inside the house and they're outside, they'll be able to sleep better and they'll be able to like make better decisions. Do you think you have self-control?
No, not really. Like most of the time, yeah, but sometimes.
How do you work on that? How do you want to work on it?
Like building discipline.
Yeah.
Make better habits. Try to go to sleep earlier. Don't watch your phone that much, like I already said, and etc.
You gotta have realistic goals too, because like when I was like, I used to be like, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep at 6 today, and after sleeping at 12 last night, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. You gotta go short, and then you can go.
It's not like a big jump, because like if you have those realistic goals, you'll feel like you're meeting them, and you'll be more happy that you're meeting them.
Yeah,
and they'll give you more motivation to make more smaller goals.
Yeah, but it's really hard for some people to do that.
Yeah, to make goals.
Yeah. And like fulfill them.
Cause what I used to do. Sorry.
No, you're good.
What I used to do was I still do it. I normally like set reminders. I normally like set reminders on my phone, like to like get ready for bed or something like that, like half an hour before my bedtime, something like that. Or I on my Sims app on my phone, I would turn on the little downtime thingy. You know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Screen time.
Yeah. So I didn't get notifications, and so I locked myself out of certain apps. You know, like TikTok or something like that.
But I used to do that for like YouTube, if that's a thing. But like I used to just like I knew my own passcode, so I just type it in every time I got that notification.
I think like if you're really into something and like you have a timer to go do something else, that you like ignore the timer.
Yeah.
And like continue what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching Life is the Future.
This is season 5, episode 8.
And Saif and Julius signing out. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, thanks to Etinosa and Arohan for joining Julius and Saif this week to talk about all things sleep in adolescence. Another good conversation. Our leaders are getting better and better at keeping the focus, all while remaining informal with their interactions. You heard the 8th graders talk about some of the recommendations for sleep at varying ages. They talked about the issues that affect teenagers and why somebody might stay up instead of fall asleep. They talked about some of the historical trends, the stress that's going on in teenage years, electronics, you name it, they brought it up. The only item I wish they added a little bit more on was some advice for other adolescents, other young people, on maintaining great sleep habits. You know, what might work and what might not, especially in terms of technology. How do we stay away from the games or chatting with friends that might keep us up late at night? This is sometimes known as sleep hygiene. So what I'll do is make sure that I get some resource for you to check out in the show notes right after watching or listening. These are all going to be about sleep at any age, in particular in adolescence. If there's anything we missed on this topic, please reach out, let us know. And if you have any future topics we could take on, also give us some feedback. The 8th graders would love to hear. All right, that's it for now. Please stay tuned as we get our other hosts in on this school year, Ava and Denora, and we continue with Season 5 of the Life is the Future podcast. As always, thanks for tuning in.